Well, hello then, I do hope you're all well. Now, did disastrous Liz Truss drop her absolutely evil party, you could say, right in it? Well, it's not in this first video, where Labour MP Justin Madders of Ellesmere, Port and Neston, who asked, it was the very first question in the PMQs, about, that absolute surreal moment when she was supposed to be asked questions about the sacking of her Kamikazi Chancellor. But it was Penny Mordaunt who took over while she was hiding under a skirt, you could say. Then he had a question of his own.
Questions with Justin Madders.
Question number one, please, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, this morning I had meetings with ministerial colleagues and others. In addition to my duties in this House, I shall have further such meetings later today.
Justin Madders.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. When the penny dropped for the Prime Minister on Monday and she realised that her budget was responsible for crashing the economy, she should have come to this House to explain herself and to apologise to the millions of people who will now be paying hundreds of pounds extra a month on their mortgages because of her mistakes. But now she's here, can she tell us, given the absolute chaos her government has created, why the Chancellor lost his job but she kept hers?
Mr. Speaker, I have been very clear that I am sorry and that I have made mistakes. But the right thing to do in those circumstances is to make changes, which I've made, and to get on with the job and deliver for the British people. And, Mr. Speaker, we've delivered the energy price guarantee, we've helped people this winter, and I will continue to do that.
Well, if she was going to rescue her position as Prime Minister at this PMQs, not the best of starts, was it? You saw with the last video with Keir Starmer, she didn't fare any better, did she? Did she fare any better with SNP spokesperson Ian Blackford?
It's now come to the leader of the SNP, Ian Blackford.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. After 10 U-turns in 2 weeks, we're left with a Prime Minister in office, but not in power, and families are paying through the teeth for her mistakes. Her latest broken promise has put pensioners in the front line of Tory cuts. So, can the Prime Minister perhaps turn to her Chancellor right now, get permission to make another U-turn and commit to raising the state pension at the rate of inflation?
Prime Minister.
I honestly don't know what the honourable gentleman is talking about, because we have been clear in our manifesto that we will maintain the triple lock, and I am completely committed to it. So is the Chancellor.
Well, Mr. Speaker, it's no surprising that the Prime Minister's approval ratings are collapsing with an answer like that. The worst polling result for any Prime Minister in history. She's just thrown 12 million pensioners under the Tory bus. And it's not just pensioners feeling the pain. In the last week alone,
I also want to hear Mr. Blackford.
Mr. Speaker, it's not just pensioners feeling the pain. In the last week alone, inflation has risen to a 40-year high. Mortgage rates are at the highest level since the financial crash. And people's energy bills are about to rise to more than £5,000. Can the Prime Minister answer one simple question? Why does she expect everyone else to pay the price for her failure?
Prime Minister.
I don't think the honourable gentleman can take yes for an answer. I've been clear we are protecting the triple lock on pensions. And if the honourable gentleman is concerned about the economy, why does he continue to advocate for separatism, which would plunge the Scottish economy into chaos?
Wow. Not only did she make a complete cretin of herself, by saying some of the lines of, I just don't understand, and then the House just descended into absolute uproar with laughter. Then we had Lindsay Hoyle, who's about as much use as a final lift these days, tried to rescue our hapless PM from making a complete bell tap of herself. And then she repeated it again, and then there was more guffawing again in the House, and then drops a Chancellor in it by saying they will not be reversing the triple lock, as he couldn't commit to it yesterday in his speech in the House of Commons. And then she dropped her Foreign Secretary in it, who was, making a right burk of himself, doing the rounds in the studios that morning by saying the same thing. Mind you, don't think he noticed he was too busy doing his impression of a drugged-up nodding dog anyway on the front bench. But I can imagine a new Chancellor wouldn't have been impressed, would he? Now, was it deliberate? Who knows? But she may be thick, but I get the feeling that she pretty knows that her time is pretty much up in it. So when she's gone, and chances are they'll probably backtrack on the triple lock, you get that feeling, don't you? She might be able to say it was the rebels that had done it, and in the party, and if I was still Prime Minister, it wouldn't have happened on my watch. But what do you guys think? I shall leave this video here. Until the next time, I shall bid you farewell and take care.